Hello and welcome back. So we're the 3rd of May now, bank holiday weekend just behind us, and I did indeed get quite a number of the accessory modules installed. I think I have 9 in now, and we have all of the crossovers operational, but still a little way to go. So I think all the point work around through the behind the turntable is all done. All of this point work through here and out through the front end of the station, all done, which just leaves now this curved point. So that will be number 25. I know when we were looking at that before, I'm fairly sure I said that was going to be number 23. I'd miscalculated. So that will be 25, and I think 26, 27, and where the HST is now sitting, that'll be 28, as I lose count. And then we've got a pair of crossovers in here, so they'll be numbered up. And then I think the final one in will be the one on the elevated section there. So we'll have a look at the layout plan over there. We'll just jump the other side in a moment. So yeah, apart from the bank holiday, it's been quite a nice relaxed weekend, but going to be busy this week. So I find myself unusually not working this morning. I should be. But a turn of events has meant I've got most of the day off, which is I'm quite pleased with. So I thought I'd shoot a little bit of video. So I'll just get the other side, and we'll see how it looks over there. We can see I'm just to get this wiring sorted this side. I'm going to have to clear a space through there. Again, juggling boxes around. There are a number of them that should be under there are stored in other areas of the house, which is becoming unpopular, as you might imagine, but you need to leave space to walk around. So there you can see I'm just clearing my way through to the edge from this side too, and we were just looking through from that side. So I'm going to the remainder of the work is going to be happening sort of in that area there and through there, although mostly with the point work I need to access there can be reached without doing too much moving of things, I think. So that's all complete in there. So let's just have a quick look around. So it all looks pretty much as we had it before. A growing collection of empty boxes for modules, and I have just the 3 left. So I'm hoping to complete this with the 3 I have. Some of the point motors I've needed to replace. I think I mentioned before, point motors aren't equal. These two just wouldn't throw the points that they were installed on through the 01. Swapped them out to older style motors, and they throw the points quite nicely. Probably they've been misused, and they're probably weaker than they should be, maybe. Or maybe they're a slightly different winding. But they still sort of throw quite enthusiastically, but just not enough via the 01 accessory module. So I thought we'd probably have a quick glance at this model. It's probably going to be one of my shorter videos, this one. We've got the Class 29. I know we saw the green variant of this quite recently, so we'll not bother delving into the catalogue. So this was 78, 79-ish, late 70s. So R.084, Class 29 in blue. And it's got that excellent price ticket on there from a company in York. So I'm having trouble reading that through the camera. Let me glance over the top. So E&P Baker, I think. Or is that Barker? Again, it's difficult reading over the top of the camera and over the glasses and so on. It's all the wrong distance. So when I look at that when I look back over the video, that's going to be a lot clearer. So I'm not going to show the back of the box because it's got somebody's personal information. They've gone to the effort of putting a sticker on the box, but not removing it when they've sold the item. So we'll just leave the back of the box. It's in fairly nice condition, just like the rest of it. I don't know whether I can ease this one out. Let's have a look. There is no paperwork with it. The model I got, I'm in 2 minds as to whether I got this from a local model railway show just before the lockdown happened, the year before the lockdown, or whether it was an eBay purchase. It was one of the two, and I can't remember now. I did buy it and then put it away and have never never used it. It is in need of some attention, so we'll just pop that box to one side. Oh, I have filled in the holes here as well, so, and repainted. I think I've done that since the last video. I can't remember now. It's all sort of blurring into one, and as the weather's been pretty good over the last few days or so, it's not necessarily the bank holiday weekend, but prior to that I have spent some spare time out in the allotment, which has been great fun. So fairly nice looking model, but I don't think I can pinch that out of the box at the moment, but it is in need of a little bit of work. Let's see if we can, there we go, that's come out. It is a relatively tight fit. It's had an awful lot of weight added to it. I think I may have shown this as part of a video when I came back from the model railway show. So definitely traction tyres on there, but look how dirty the wheels are on the other side there as well, and then on the dummy bogie there. So it's definitely going to benefit from a clean. But yeah, we'll get it the other side. If I turn that over, I don't know whether you can hear that. There is a very large weight in there. You can really feel it. Possibly it just needs either securing. We'll see what it runs like without it. Seems it's loose. I don't think my green version's got additional weight in it, but let's have a look at that later. I thought perhaps we might get out some of the trying Hornby whiskey wagons. I've got the model on the bench, but as you've noticed, it is all a mess. There's the connection I had last week, or last video. So we had this 01 unit controlling the layout, so I'm leaving that so we can use that at a later date, perhaps introduce a bit more practical switching I think for that, but for now we'll just leave it like that. And yeah, so I've got that unit. I didn't make that clear before. That unit is now controlling everything, so the sidings have become live. Much more of the track has become live more simply than I was anticipating, especially as I've removed along the way all of the relays, which are now pretty much redundant. They're not really necessary, apart from making the colour light signals run. And at the moment, these relays totally ignore the accessory modules. They will not be fired by it. So it's sort of beyond my electrical capabilities at present. So yeah, I've got to code up another chip to not another chip, another module to get 0.25 on the go. But that'll be quite a labour-intensive thing to get that done. So I decided to make this video. So we're going to have a look at this locomotive. So it said she's in a fairly poor condition. Although she looks really nice. I mean, it's definitely been run and handled and enjoyed, but I think some basic cleaning is going to improve this model now. And now she does run. She's a little bit hesitant. Let's see if we can get her on the rails. So I know the sound goes very echoey when I lean over here. I have to excuse that for a moment. I think we're all on. And I should have mentioned as well, we will put a module in it, because obviously the main part of the layout is now only running on 01. So let's give that a little power and see how we do. So there, it's a bit creaky and doesn't want to run that direction. Let's try again. Oh, we've definitely come to a stop. Let's give that another go. Yeah, I think some care and attention is going to be needed here, and we'll. Oh, she suddenly decided to run again. And one more time for luck. Yeah, the oil's probably all very congealed wherever it has been. I don't know whether you can see again. Sorry about the sound, I'm very aware it goes peculiar when we lean in towards the wall. You can see there's what looks like a piece of metal bent around in there, and that is moving around. So I'll cut this video here, I think, and get the bench cleaned up. We'll get the top off the model, and we'll have a look inside before we go any further. So there we go. I've given that a bit of a clean and it all seems to be running quite nicely now. That's actually on half wave. Let's give that another go. You hear it creaking away. So let's just switch that over to full wave on the clipper, and then we'll just swap hands again, see if we can get the whole thing in the shot. Ooh, that book of instructions there is in the way. Let's try that again. So it tears away on full wave. So what I need to do is get a module installed in it. So I've selected one. So that just needs wiring in. So this one is one of the earlier ones, I think. So I haven't got very many to choose from, so we'll give that one a go. And it's a wiring diagram number 50 here in the book. So it's quite a straightforward thing. So when I did clean this up, the wheels seem to have been they're either done an enormous amount of running, or somebody's been really over vicious with the cleaning in the past, which is perhaps why the dirt was, I don't know whether I can get the camera to focus on that, perhaps why the dirt was so terrifically built up on them. You can see that's almost down to a sort of a yellowy gold coloured metal on that front right wheel there, isn't it? And then let's have a look at those. So they really are quite worn. I'm just going to put that down and zoom the camera in a little and see if we can get a slightly closer look at that. There, you can see those wheels. They're very abrasive, the wheels. They're not smooth anymore. The coating or the outer shell on these wheels seems to be well worn through, but they were really thick and black with dirt, so definitely an improvement now, I think. I just gave the motor a bit of a strip down, cleaned it up, and it all runs quite nicely now. So what I'll do is I'll get a chip or a module and pop that in. We'll give that a go, and we'll get this on the railway. Let's have a quick look at the body. I realised when I took when we looked at it before, we didn't look at the inside or very close up at it. See that wiper detail on the top of the windows there. And it does have the wire handrails, look. It's got quite an interesting glazing unit on the inside with cab details plugged in, as it were. I don't know whether we can see through the windows into the detail there, but I believe there is a little bit of basic detail on the inside there. The glazing unit seems to fit in. Let's see if we can get a little bit more light on this. Fit in around the backs of the handrails. It doesn't look like a terribly comfortable fit. Now I haven't tried to remove that from there. It seems very stuck in there. It doesn't want to move away readily, so I think I'll leave well alone and leave it in there. But I'm not sure whether somebody else has had that out and put it back in. Those backs of the handrails seem to be a little bit sort of bent, but the whole thing comes apart nicely and seems to go back together quite nicely with the experiments I've carried out on it so far. So I don't know whether you can hear that noise. It sounds to be a dog barking in the background now. I think that's one of the neighbours' dogs getting a bit excited. So there's some slight yellowing into this plastic as well when you look at it closely. But there's a little bit of a chip there. So yeah, we'll get that back together. And let's just turn around and we'll have a look. I've got the wagons out. I was hoping to get I showed some tricks whiskey wagons I'd got from a show late last year, but they're buried in such a way that it's going to be very difficult to get hold of them right now just for this video. So we'll just stick with these Triang ones, the Bat 69 and the Johnny Walker. I believe these are early 70s, sort of 72, 73-ish. So I've got 3 box ones. I'm not entirely sure I think this is probably the best example, although that one's still in its box. The other ones have quite suspiciously looking reproduced labels on them. That one looks pretty good, may well be an original on there. But we'll get these all out on the railway and have a look. So I have a rake of 6 of them, which will be relatively impressive, I think. Let's see if we can pull one off. We've got the odd coupling missing here and there. Some have white rim wheels and some have standard black wheels. I don't know whether some of them have got spoked wheels or not. But struggling to get some focus in there. There we go. I think several of them have some damaged struts on them as well. These are bought as sort of loose items. So they look fairly impressive. I don't think I've run these on a video. I'm fairly sure I haven't run them. So let's have a quick look over the boxes. They've got a nice BT's sticky label on there. And there we've got the name of the wagon. R.084. I don't know whether A denoted white rimmed wheels or not. I think it did on some of the coaches. I'm unsure on the wagons. So that's this Johnny Walker there. So let's have a look on the back. So a terrific looking early 70s boxes. This box is in a bit more poor condition. The cellophane on the front is away. This one came from the market stall, and I can't remember whether that was the price on the market stall or not, but it's got something else scribbled in there as well. It's all rather tatty. Let's have a look. It's got a nice label, a slightly different style of label on the box there. So R649, and you can see it's suffered a little bit. VAT 69, and I think that would have said grain wagon down there. So pricing ticket could have been on there. It looks like something's been stuck on there, doesn't it? And that's a slightly older style of box, isn't it? Let's just have a look at the back of that one. And then we've got this one as well. Let's have a look at that. So again, the cellophane's away on that. And again, that's got a fairly interesting label. Obviously not on this end, that's had tape torn away from it in the past. There we go. So there we go, VAT 69 bulk grain wagon. R649. So these have plain black wheels on them, whereas this one has the A on the prefix on it. So I'm thinking that may be just to denote white rimmed wheels, which became quite popular in the early 70s. So I'll get that module in the locomotive. We'll have a swift look at it on the bench. So we've got the module in now, and I've got that coded up as number 4. So if we just step back a little, see if we can get that all in shot. See, it definitely has that very half-wave sound about it, doesn't it? Let's see if we can get that to crawl backwards. So I've got the wiring just laid in there at the moment, but I'll get that all tidied up and put the body shell back on. Let's give that a little bit more power. And then once more forwards, a little quicker perhaps. And then one more. Stop it there before it shorts out. So I'll get the body shell back on there, and then we'll get that all on the railway, and we'll have a bit of a run round. But the day has marched on rather a lot, a bit more than I thought actually. So definitely back to work tomorrow. But other things have been more interesting today, such as having lunch and that type of thing. So I'll just whip these out of their boxes so we can have a quick look at them. I'd forgotten this sort of impression on the moulding there. So we've got the model number in the moulding there. I think 649 was the one for VAT 69, and 648 is for Johnny Walker. I think I've got that the right way around. Yes, it is. 648 is for Johnny Walker, and 214 is the hopper wagon, which was in grey, but I think it was sold without the roof. I don't have a 214, strangely. Been on the lookout for one for a little time now. So let's have a look at that one. So looking at that one, I think that is, I think the VAT 69 is an original bit of printing on their original sticker. So I think they dry up and see that's curling away and falling off. So they're quite nice things. I think should keep a lookout for some more of these. They look impressive. That's a great big long rake, and there's that Johnny Walker. This is definitely the nicest one I think I've got. It's done very little running, if any, I think. So quite a pretty item. Just pop that one down without dropping it, and then have a look at this one. That one's stuck in the packaging, and I can't get that out one-handed, so I'm going to leave well alone, perhaps. No, there we go, I've got it. Definitely doesn't want to come out of the packaging, this one. So there you go. I think they're pretty good. The tops do come off, he says. So one of these has just popped off in my hand a moment ago. So there we go. So there's the top. I think the hopper wagon in grey was just, I think it was just that. But I've yet to get one, so we'll keep a lookout. And I did notice, don't know whether we picked this up before. I'm sorry, we're rambling on here. Yeah, this one definitely needs some attention on the wheels. But yeah, I think they're going to look terrific as a rake on the railway. So that was fairly frustrating. I've had a fiddle with it and I've reordered the wagons, but whatever I do with it, we seem to get a derailment somewhere along the line coming through there. I'm beginning to suspect it might have possibly something to do with as it's coming off this curve and riding up into the point. I'm not quite sure, a bit more investigations needed there. However, the amount of coaches and things that run in and out of there quite freely, and wagons, I'm probably more inclined to think it's got something to do with the wheelbase on these, perhaps, that doesn't quite like that curve. I'm not sure. So I've had a bit of a fiddle with it around the railway, and we'll give it a bit more of a run. But let's throw a few points. So I need to throw number 1. So we're all handheld here, so this is perhaps a little bit more wobbly than perhaps it could be. So let's throw that one. And then this is number 6. That's a crossover. And then we want what will turn out to be number 10. So we want to open that one. Now I don't think that we'll be able to see this one if I can hold this up. This is the one that was disintegrated on us the other day. So we've got that one open, so that should do an up and over, I think. Let's give that a little bit of power. So we've got that in forward. Nice spark from the wheels on the locomotive there. So again, I don't think you have the full power available on the 01 that you have with the other controllers. It sort of calms it down a bit. They feel much more weak and feeble, definitely when they're climbing. So let's just take a bit of power off that. And we're through there fairly successfully. A little bit of a stutter there. And then over the diamond. And I think we'll just try and bring that to a stop just before the points here. Overrun, always overrun these points. Let's go backwards. There, so let's just close up some points here. So we'll go with number 1 and number 2. We'll leave 6 open, but we'll close. We're not putting close number 10. Why doesn't number 10 close? I've got an error, so I'm not looking in the right place. So number 10. There we go. Now I have an idea. Is number 11? I had this open earlier on. Yeah, we've got number 11 open. So let's leave that open. Let's bring that around. So we'll come through here, there, come right around there, and we'll have this crossover, which I believe is number 17. Let's give that a go. Let's see how it comes through there. So let's go with 17. Yeah, that sounded convincing. So let's see how we do with the wagons on there. I don't know why I closed number 1, because we want to come back through there. So we'll open that up again. And then we'll go forward. Not so much of a spark coming through that time, I don't think. So let's see how she does with this set of points. And I haven't been through here yet. And then we're on the inside line. Let's just come to a stop there, because I can't remember where we're going to come round next. I need to check the line ahead. So we haven't fiddled with those, so they should be fine. Yeah, it's number 6. I knew there was one that was going to trip me up. It's this one here, number 6. So we'll switch that one. So we'll close that. Set the point blades to straight. And then let's see if we can get her on the move again around the inside. This time, actually, no. You can tell it's been a long, long day. So I want to close number 11. Set that to straight, because I just want to go around the inside now. So let's give that some power. Turning into a bit of a ramble here. Again, I think I said this was going to be one of the shorter videos. I think it's perhaps turned out to be perhaps one of the longer ones. Still, that's how it goes. Let's see if we can follow this a little closer, perhaps. Yeah, I knew something was going to trip me up. I didn't close 17. So that's accounted for the derailment. So that's the crossover there. So clearly poor planning. Right, let's deal with that. Let's set those. So 17 straight. And now let's see what we've got derailed here. I think it's just the locomotive by the sounds of it, and just the front end there. Yeah, I think we're good on there. The rest of the wagons amazingly behaving themselves. Got the brake on there, R.084. So let's get that underway again. They are quite different colours, aren't they? And there's definitely some fading in those plastics, I think. That's a bit better with those points shot. Let's see if we can catch this under the elevated section. And then one last time around, I think. I'm going to back into something in a second. And under the bridge we go. So we'll just go really wide on it. There was a bit of a clunk there as it came over the points, wasn't there? And we'll just get that back round in front of the controller, and I think we'll bring it to a stop and perhaps call that a day there. So that wasn't quite the end of the video. I did look at the video footage, and one of those wagons was leaping off more than the others as it came through that curve over there. So I have swapped out the wheels, and I've put a slightly coarser set on. That's the set that were on there, early 70s white rimmed wheels. I've had some problems with a rake of Southern coaches with these on, which leapt off on the Super 4 all of the time, but strangely nicely behaved on this track work. But this particular set didn't seem to be playing, so let's give this a go. Let's go backwards. And then it's forwards we were struggling with, so let's give that a go. So nicely through there now, and let's just follow that round a bit more. And we'll just bring that to a stop there, because I realise the video has now gone on a bit longer than I was anticipating. But that was all getting a bit frustrating earlier in the week, I think, and just took a bit of time, more time than I had to devote to fiddling with it to try and solve the problem. But that all seems to be working quite nicely now. But yeah, if you look back again next time, we'll have something else to look at. But thanks again for watching. Goodbye now.